I'm about 12 foot high, Alabama. First time I've ever been in Alabama was late last night when I come strolling in. The family that's allowing me to hunt, they live about 100 yards or so back behind me. I've got a deer feeder that's not too far off of the yard. They have some deer come up, but with traffic in and out, I figured the deer might hold back just a little bit until after shooting light to come up. So I put a stand up today about 100 yards further back. Got a pond back here to my left. Open grass field surrounded by some heavy thick timber, and then a tree line that separates basically about another acre or two from where that feeder is. I'll be here for 3 days. Hope you enjoy watching. Well, it rained throughout the night, off and on showers this morning. I'm sitting in one of their blinds right now that's up close to their house. You can see over the top of this closest feeder, got a stand back there in that tree. That's the one that I put up yesterday. Sawed down a few limbs out of the way. Got it secured where I could set out it, so I'm ready for this rain to quit so I can get back in that stand and watch everything on the opposite side of that tree row. After about a 3.5 hour set this morning, I'm holding steady today at 0. Only saw one last night. It was briefly close to 90 yards away. 2 yesterday morning, didn't get either one of them on film. It rained nearly the whole morning. It finally quit. I went and got a bite to eat. Back in the stand, it's noon. Planning on sitting the rest of the day. Bat. Goodness, I hit the freaking limb in front of me. Even though I knew I missed, I went ahead and crawled down. I watched the replay. All of them run off. That tree limb right in front of me went to shaking as soon as I shot. With the scope being about 1.5 inches, 2 inches higher than the barrel, I hit that tree limb, which was just a matter of feet in front of me. I've now got the tree limb tied where it's lower by a couple feet. I tied it to the ladder in my stand. Hopefully there'll still be something come out tonight. If you're watching, you can think it was backstrap fever that got to me. But in all honesty, it was a stinking tree limb right in my way, and I just didn't adjust for it. In Oklahoma, I would think that's a fawn. Usually in Oklahoma, a fawn's head and ears are about the same size. This has got a longer head than ears. I wish there was 2 out there so I could compare it with something. well, I'm going to be able to take some meat back to Oklahoma. I'm hoping this video camera got that. It says writing to the memory card was not completed correctly. Do you want to recover the data? Okay, we'll deal with that later. Hey, I'm on my third day here in Alabama. You've seen by the video I hadn't seen very many deer so far. I'm a pretty good advocate against shooting a young buck most of the time. I think it was a matter of whether I was going to be able to take any meat back to Oklahoma or not. And I kind of like backstrap. Had a fun trip. I'm going to get reloaded. I'm going to see if I can figure out what's wrong with this card. I'm wondering if the recoil, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the recoil, I've got this mounted to the top of my scope. I'm wondering if the recoil of that, I've shot a GoPro on top of it before and it's been fine, but I've never actually put a video camera on it. But I didn't bring my arm for this tree, so I put one of these cameras on top of the scope. Hopefully it's not lost. Nonetheless, I'm going to reload and we'll go see what he looks like after a bit. This grass is wet. I never found a drop of blood, but I was pretty for certain I heard him run over here and crash. He's right in the area I thought. So my first buck was just about that size in Oklahoma, and my first buck in Alabama is just about the same size. This looks like a little 7-point, kind of got a fork there on that brow tine. I've got the backstrap fever and we're going to be eating some of him tonight. Thank you, Lord, for sending something my way to take back home. One thing about shooting these younger bucks, you don't get near as wore out dragging him to the truck. I've still got about 200 yards to go. About damn time. About damn time. This is Alan. He's the guy that allowed me to come hunt. Thank the world for guys like Alan, or I wouldn't be hunting in Alabama.
Hey, I told you, come on.
Come on. All right. I'll be glad to do it again. Maybe I'll be a little bit more experienced.
You're more than welcome.
Well, folks, it's 7:01. My legal time of hunting here in Alabama is now up. I bought a 3-day pass for here in Alabama. You could shoot 3 does and 3 bucks with that 3-day pass. Cost $160 plus a $50 bait fee. Alan has that feeder up by his house, and if you're hunting where there's anywhere bait related, you got to pay that fee. Spent $130 on fuel getting here. Cost me $130 getting back. So I'm up in the 500 range. I'm going to take home about 35 pounds of meat. That's about $17, $18 a pound. So never believe that deer meat is free. But hey, I've had a great time. The landscape out here is like nothing I've ever seen. Unfortunately, I didn't see as many deer as I was hoping for, but I've been blessed to get the opportunity, and really thank Alan for the invite. Rita did some cooking for me while I was here too, and thank you for that, Rita. Thank the good Lord for making creations like we've got here. It's really a blessing to be able to see. I even brought my good camera. I had it mounted today. I was ready. Came back to the same spot yesterday where I had the camera failure. But I've got a 12-hour trip back to Oklahoma. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button. I promise I generally don't shoot tree limbs, and I generally see a lot of deer whenever we're hunting in Oklahoma. Tomorrow morning, rifle season starts in Oklahoma, and I'll be using a 1894 Winchester. It was actually put together and built in 1897.